1 minute ago, Diddy's doctor explodes in court that he's about to end and it's the baby hearts he ate. According to the doctor, Diddy's current physical and mental deterioration is not merely the result of age or stress, but the spiritual and biological fallout from unspeakable acts committed in pursuit of power. The most jarring accusation? That Diddy consumed baby hearts, whether literally, symbolically, or ritualistically, to gain influence and longevity. And now, he is dying as the karmic consequences of those acts begin to manifest. The doctor's confession, made to a small circle of journalists, and then leaked to the public, has sent shockwaves through every corner of social media, news networks, and entertainment platforms. This isn't just another celebrity scandal, this is something different, something darker, something terrifying. It forces society to reckon with what might lie beneath the glittering surface of fame and fortune. This doctor, who claimed to have treated Diddy over several years, described a terrifying transformation in the once charismatic mogul. He said that over time, Diddy's eyes became empty, his speech erratic, and his health inexplicably frail. Traditional medical tests showed nothing, no cancer, no known illness, but spiritually and emotionally, Diddy was disintegrating. The doctor described seeing signs that he associated with extreme guilt, spiritual possession, or even supernatural decay. While some may be quick to dismiss this as outlandish, the details provided by the doctor are far too specific to ignore. He claimed to have been flown to secretive locations to provide health monitoring during what he called private ceremonies. At first, these seemed like lavish parties with unusual guests and strict rules. Phones were confiscated, non-disclosure agreements were signed, and participants often wore masks, not just to conceal identities, but, he claimed, as part of ritualistic theater. These gatherings reportedly involved strange chants, symbols etched into walls, and a mood that felt more like a cult gathering than a celebrity soiree. As the years went on, the doctor said the ceremonies escalated in intensity and darkness. At one event, he claims to have seen a mock heart-eating ritual, presented as symbolic, but later, he suspected it may not have been symbolic at all. This accusation, of consuming baby hearts, is not only horrifying but also taps into ancient archetypes and fears. Throughout history, the heart has symbolized purity, life, and divine essence. The consumption of such a symbol, especially from children, suggests an act of ultimate desecration. The doctor insists that whether literal or symbolic, the purpose of these rituals was always the same: to draw power, youth, and influence from innocence itself. He alleges that Diddy was the centerpiece of these acts, often positioned as a godlike figure among the attendees, whose loyalty bordered on worship. According to him, Diddy believed he was ascending beyond the need for ordinary morality or consequence. That belief, the doctor says, was his undoing. In recent months, Diddy has shown signs of a man unraveling. Legal troubles have mounted, associates have distanced themselves, and cryptic messages have surfaced in now deleted social media posts. He's reportedly cancelled multiple appearances, retreated into his mansion, and surrounded himself with spiritual advisors, not religious figures, but occult practitioners who specialize in cleansing and extraction. Neighbors have reported strange noises, flickering lights at odd hours, and sudden, unexplained screams. A private pilot who once flew Diddy's entourage said he witnessed bizarre cargo being transported, crates that were never opened in public, surrounded by men in dark robes. These claims, though unverified, add eerie context to what the doctor has now made public. The public's response has been explosive. For years, Diddy has been revered as a mogul who built his empire from the ground up, a symbol of success against all odds. But with this revelation, people are revisiting old rumors and reassessing what they thought they knew. Suddenly, cryptic lyrics in past songs seem like veiled admissions. Quotes about living forever and becoming godlike don't sound as metaphorical. Video footage of Diddy appearing dazed, paranoid, or muttering strange things under his breath are being circulated as potential evidence of a man in spiritual torment. And it's not just fans who are questioning everything. Industry insiders are whispering too. Some say they always felt something was off. Others admit they saw things but stayed quiet out of fear. But with the doctor's statements now in the open, silence is no longer an option. Perhaps most haunting was the doctor's description of his final encounter with Diddy. He described being called to the mansion late at night. Diddy was trembling, incoherent, and bleeding from scratches he claimed were self-inflicted but which appeared to be too precise, almost ritualistic. The doctor tried to administer sedatives, but Diddy refused. Instead, he pulled the doctor close and whispered, "I saw their eyes, the children. They remember." The doctor said it was at that moment he realized Diddy was not just battling illness, he was being haunted, whether by guilt, trauma, or something not of this world. He didn't know, but he knew he couldn't be silent any longer. While skeptics are demanding proof, many are pointing to the consistency and emotional clarity in the doctor's testimony. He is not seeking fame or money, he has refused interviews, avoided the spotlight, and appears genuinely distressed. Sources close to him say he cried during the interview and repeatedly said, "I should have stopped it, I should have spoken out sooner." That kind of remorse cannot be faked. And if his claims are true, then Diddy's story is not just one of personal tragedy, it's a cautionary tale for an entire generation raised on celebrity worship and unchecked power. The most chilling part of the story might be what comes next. The doctor warned that Diddy is not going to make it. He said his body is failing in ways medicine cannot explain. He described internal bleeding without injury, fever without infection, and constant trembling. He said Diddy speaks in tongues during sleep, cries out names of people no one recognizes, and insists he is being watched by children with hollow eyes. Whether these are hallucinations or manifestations of a tortured conscience, no one can say, but the image is unforgettable. A once mighty figure, curled in fear, begging for forgiveness from spirits only he can see. Investigations are already being demanded by advocacy groups and religious leaders. They want answers. If there were children involved in any way, directly or symbolically, then someone must be held accountable. If Diddy is mentally ill, he needs treatment and protection from himself. But if he knowingly participated in ritual abuse, even metaphorically, then justice must be served. Already, prosecutors are said to be revisiting old cases involving Diddy, searching for connections, inconsistencies, and overlooked signs. The doctor has promised to cooperate fully. He says he has documents, photos, and even recordings. Whether these will be released remains to be seen. This moment may mark the beginning of a wider reckoning within the entertainment world. For years, whispers of occult practices, secret societies, and spiritual corruption have swirled around elite circles. With this revelation, those whispers have turned into screams. People are now asking hard questions. What are the costs of unlimited fame? Who pays the price when one man seeks to become a god? And how many bystanders allowed this to happen by choosing comfort over courage? It's no longer about whether Diddy is guilty in a court of law. It's about what he has become in the court of public morality. Whether you believe in spiritual justice, karma, divine wrath, or just psychological breakdown, one truth emerges from this chaos: Diddy is not who we thought he was, and the price of that deception may now be claiming his mind, his body, and his soul. The world watches, breath held, as a giant collapses under the weight of his own darkness. The doctor's final message was clear: it's too late for him, but maybe it's not too late for us. Tell the truth, warn others, don't let power blind you to humanity. As this story continues to unfold, it reminds us that not all that glitters is gold. Sometimes, it hides something rotten underneath. Diddy's fall may serve as a dire warning, not just to celebrities, but to everyone seduced by the illusion of invincibility. The truth, no matter how delayed, has a way of surfacing, and when it does, it doesn't just expose, it burns. If you found this video as shocking and eye-opening as we did, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next deep dive into the stories shaking the nation. This is just the beginning. Stay tuned.